Hi everybody and welcome to our fix my chat window. It looks real janky.
There we go.
There we go. Welcome back everybody, and if you're new to watching this, hello and welcome. We are on session number 13 currently of our run through in Descent into Avernus. So before we begin, announcements. All of our games should be returning back again this week. Hopefully. We took a little hiatus last week, just because one of the players was gone, and they're in most of the games. So hopefully with that, with them being back and everything, we can get back on going through everything. Other announcements. Please join our Discord. It's a lot of no one talking right now. And everyone kind of keeping their chats in their private group chats, which is fine. That's Discord, but I want to make a community, and it's fun that people talk to each other. And also, and since this whole pandemic thing is happening, I'm looking to do more with the Mimics and Monstrosities Patreon. So if you check out the Patreon, I'm going to try to figure out some stuff to do for the Patreon. I still want to release like free dungeons every month for people on the Patreon if you're giving money to the Patreon. Because, you know, I can crack out some dungeons real quick if I need to, and it's always fun to play dungeons. What else? And also, if you join the Discord, you can take part in some of the giveaways that I do for the channel. So do it. Sign up for both. And for Patreon, I need to think of some actual stuff that might be interesting. That people would pay money for. Maybe just ASMR. What else? That's it for announcements, honestly. Hopefully we'll be back with Soldiers of the Lich Queen next week. We no session this week, but we did do a rerun today of the last week's episode. So check it out. Let's go. So last time in Descent into Avernus, you guys, well, walked through the wastelands of Avernus and eventually stumbled upon Fort Knucklebone. As per the suggestion of Lulu, that's where you should be headed. And upon arrival, you were accosted and pranked, maybe, by some redcaps and madcaps who were refusing to let you in without a password, and then insisted you all do a bunch of weird, just pointless activities to get into the fort. And after making a fool of yourselves for a couple minutes, the madcaps let you inside to play around in the fort, and where you met Mad Maggie, a night hag who collects and builds infernal machines inside the Nine Hell, or inside Avernus, and learned that she would be able to unlock Lulu's memories through a ritual. And while she was preparing said ritual, you all set to kind of helping out the residents of Fort Knucklebone, specifically helping out Balls. That's not his name. Helping out Mikey? What was his name? I literally am having such
Mickey.
a bad time remembering. Mickey, that's right. Helping out Mickey, this weird demonic amalgamation flesh golem, and pulling out a bone spur out of his head, and also attempting to aid Chukka and Clonk in building or finding out what was wrong with their infernal machine, which you guys did fairly easily. I figured out there was a cog, a gear on the machine that was not working. Unfortunately, nobody had the ability to kind of end the corruption that was flowing through this gear and fully restoring the machine, but you helped where you could. And that led you all to eventually going into Mad Maggie's hut rather, and doing this ritual where you all were going into Lulu's dreams and fighting through these weird dreams, and eventually learning the location of the Sword of Zariel, apparently in a location known as the Bleeding Citadel. And Lulu had gained the knowledge of how to get there and would be leading you all to a place called Harriman's Hill, where the Bleeding Citadel lies. Before leaving, Mad Maggie gave you all a decent supply of supplies. redundant. It gave you all a decent amount of supplies, including a infernal machine that looks like a dune buggy called a tormentor, with bladed wheels and a weird like raking scythe on the front of it. Quickly, Kronder got into the driver's seat without any vehicular experience, and everyone kind of took their places in the vehicles. And the only crew locations of the Tormentor is the Harpoon Flinger, where Mortis is sitting, and Kronder sitting at the helm of the Tormentor. And we had in this session with you guys taking off in the Tormentor after Kronder fed their infernal machine a soul coin, and as the soul screamed as it was devoured by the engines of this infernal machine, you all tore off through the wasteland of Avernus as Mad Maggie kind of cried as you all departed. And we're going to pick up with you guys speeding across the desert wasteland of Avernus. These things move at 100 feet as their movement speed, and it weighs 3,000 pounds. So this thing is just plowing through the wasteland of Avernus towards Harriman's Hill. Weird infernal insects are kind of like splattering against the exterior of this vehicle, and Kronder, one kind of like hits you in the forehead and just splatters across your forehead in just pieces and gunk.
Gross.
And yeah, you're all making your way.
Zephyrin kind of scrapes off some of the goo. Like, that should make a fairly good reagent. There we go.
Great.
So, you all think that hell has like a functioning ecosystem, or is it just like a constant state of decay? I mean, because like a lot of bugs means like good ecosystem, right? Right? No.
I mean, hypothetically, but we are also in a space beyond mortal elemental logic, so it might be slightly beyond our ken.
Oh wow, I wish I could write all this down.
And
Just thriving.
Yeah, just.
And as you guys are tearing through the landscape, you're about a mile out of Fort Knucklebone at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're going, you all can see what looks like a plume of red dust billowing in the distance, created by a large infernal war machine barreling in your direction.
Uh-oh.
Its crew consists of boar-headed and rat-headed humanoids, all wearing goggles. And this vehicle, yours is huge in its size. So if you go like the dimensions of huge creatures and whatnot, this one appears to be gargantuan and similar to one you saw in the Fort Knucklebones kind of vehicle yard. It's one of the vehicles that had the huge like wrecking ball on the back, the huge chomper on the front, harpoon flingers, and 6 total wheels that look like massive crushing gears, and it's speeding directly towards your vehicle, and just from this distance already, you can see it's gore spattered, the gnashing teeth just gnashing at the front, and the big wrecking ball behind it, just swinging violently in the air, and all these characters are just these creatures, or just these humanoids, are just screaming in like Mad Max like as just joy coming across another vehicle. And in the driver's seat, you see what looks like this boar-headed humanoid with a strange golden crown implanted into their skull. The tips of their tusks are gold as well. They're wearing kind of leathery armor with chainmail and like screaming faces on the shoulders, and they're wielding a massive, what looks like maul of stone. And yeah, the vehicle is racing towards you, almost as it's going to be a head-on collision.
Oh god.
Kronder, can you do a really sharp turn, and I'm gonna throw some sleet at them.
Yeah. Let me. We went left or right.
Pick one.
Right it is.
All right, so you're gonna do a hard turn to the right. Let's pull up the chase mechanics for this. Alrighty, so you use your action to kind of turn it to the right, and it kind of lifts up on two wheels from a sudden just shift in space, just and it starts racing. And quickly behind you, you can see the other war machine kind of follow and start chasing behind you guys.
I would like to cast Sleet Storm.
Sleet Storm. Okay.
Nice. I love that spell.
Okay. Alrighty. So, it's chasing behind you, and you cast Sleet Storm. What does that
Yeah.
do? I can't remember.
Basically, I just want to put a patch of difficult terrain. Until the spell ends, freezing rain and sleet fall in a 20-foot tall cylinder within a 40-foot radius centered on a point you choose within range. The area is heavily obscured, and exposed flames in the area are doused. The ground in the area is covered with a slick ice, making it difficult terrain.
Okay, so
And creatures need to make a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
it'd be the vehicle making the saving throw. So you guys are wrecking ahead, and you guys see Salem kind of turn back, and just cast Sleet Storm on the ground. The ice kind of spreads out like a webbing pattern on the ground. And the driver of this vehicle, which is this boar-headed humanoid with the crown, just grits his teeth, goggles over his eyes, and just floors it across this ice. And that is a dexterity saving throw, correct?
Yeah.
With the machine. That is a 15.
Oh wait. That is exactly my spell save DC.
Okay, so it makes it.
Oh.
Dang,
Okay,
sucks.
so it just roars over the ice, and the big wheels kind of crunch down into the ice and kind of keep it stabilized as it rolls across the ice. I want to have you guys all roll initiative.
All
All
right.
right.
Hell yeah.
So,
Ooh.
so Kroner, just so you know, for your
Okay.
actions, because you're in the driver's seat,
Yes.
you can use your action to propel the vehicle up to its speed or bring the vehicle to a dead stop. While it's moving, you can steer it along any course. If you leave the helm, are incapacitated, or do nothing to alter the war machine's course and speed, the vehicle moves in the same direction at the same speed as it did during your last turn. As a bonus action, you can start the engine or turn it off. You can cause the machine to take a dash or disengage action, or you can insert a soul coin into the slot. Which really wouldn't do anything right now because it's already turned on. But if you have Demon Ichor, you could pour that and get a speed boost, kind of like nitrous. And since there's only one weapon station, Mortis, you have the harpoon flinger. I've added the vehicle all to your character sheet so you can kind of see the stats that would do. You look there. Mortis, if you want to use the harpoon flinger, it's a ranged weapon attack, plus 7 to hit, has 120 foot range, does 2d8 plus 2 piercing damage, and while you're in that harpoon flinger, Mortis, you have half cover, and Kronder, while you're in the driver's seat, you have 3/4 cover.
Yes.
Oof, that's good for you.
Yes.
It really
Yeah.
is.
And Kronder, if you can also use your reaction to use the juke. If the Tormentor is able to move, the driver can use this reaction to grant the Devil's Ride advantage on a dexterity saving throw.
Great.
Okay.
So, with that, we're going to get some initiative here. Lulu is not going to be able to help in this encounter whatsoever, so we'll say she's hiding kind of like under Kronder's like legs.
You've done so much.
Yeah. Mortis, what you get for initiative? Mortis, what'd you get for initiative?
Pardon?
What'd you get for initiative?
Three.
Oof. Salen.
I got a 23.
23, dang.
Yeah.
Sephrin.
18.
18.
Nice.
Kronder.
I got a 16.
16. Nice.
I'm a grandmother.
Nice. So, Salen, you do your little frosty frost. It's your turn.
Sorry, you were really breaking up there.
Oh, weird. It's your turn.
Yeah. I have a question.
Sure.
Does I can't cast spells that are like one creature on the Tormentor, right?
You can. I'll allow it.
Oh, because I was thinking specifically of freedom of movement.
Does it say creature actually?
It does.
Oh,
yeah,
then no, it wouldn't
creature.
work. Sorry. Yeah, if it specifies
Yeah.
creature, then no, it wouldn't work.
That's what I thought. Ah, dang.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's okay. What I'm actually just gonna do is I'm going to kind of, you know, dune buggy, swing through whatever kind of bar there is, and just basically like give Mortis a little guidance.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So,
Alrighty.
yeah, you can add a D4 to any ability check.
Okay. Excellent. And that'll be your turn, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys can't exactly use your movement to get around because you are stuck in a vehicle. So for the basically for this entire encounter, your movement speed for all of you is 0. Yeah, 0. Just doing some last
Yeah,
minute
you're cutting out a little bit there.
Okay, I thought it was just me.
weird.
Okay, yeah, I'm also glad to hear that I'm not the only one that Justin is glitching on.
No, yeah,
Great.
it's
That's fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I probably should have given guidance to Krondor.
Your internet's being a little unhappy, and I'll probably need it for the weapon attack. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it might be an
Ooh.
attack roll though, which I don't think guidance works for.
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
Well.
don't believe so.
Salem honestly doesn't know how this thing works, and she doesn't much like it, but she loves going fast. So.
Okay, so that was Salen's turn. That'll bring us to one of the were-rats, who is going to, let's see. Yeah. One of the were-rats is going to and shoot one of the harpoons at your vehicle. Okay, and that'll be a 18 to hit the Tormentor, which does not hit.
Misses.
21 armor class while it's
Nice.
moving.
Oh, nice.
So
What's the AC of it?
21 while it's
Oh,
moving.
nice.
Yeah. So it ting off the Tormentor's armor, and you can see the rat folk just or the were rat just go and kind of looked a little pissed off. That'll bring it to the next were rat, who is going to do the same thing, shoot from his harpoon slinger, and that definitely misses. And pings off the armor once again. And yeah, you're both going on a chase, and that'll bring it to Sephrin.
Okay. Quick question: how far away is the other vehicle from us?
You guys, it's about the same speed as you, so I'm gonna say maybe 50 feet back.
50 feet. Okay. Well, that. I wanted to shrink the other vehicle. Darn. Yeah, that's not range. What I can do, because this isn't range, Sephrin is going to take out from her bag of holding. Looks like a ball of pitch on a string.
Okay.
Going to kind of light corner of it, let it go, and essentially hurl it like a bolas over to the other vehicle. She's going to cast Flaming Sphere.
Okay.
Like right in the middle of it.
Okay.
Brutal.
So that is.
Now it doesn't move with an object, right? Because Flaming Sphere is stationary, so they'll drive right through it.
I mean, I can control it.
Correct on your turn, but I don't
Yeah.
think it has the same amount of speed, so it would
Oh.
get lost pretty quickly.
Oh, it's worth a shot, I think.
Okay. So you center it on the demon grinder.
Yep. So that is need a dexterity saving throw, please.
All right. So as it flares up, the fire kind of doesn't seem to do anything to the vehicle itself, almost like it's immune to fire damage. But the crew will have to make dexterity saving throws.
That's what I was hoping.
So the first were-rat got a 8.
That was a fail.
Second were-rat got a 13.
That's also a fail.
The werebore kind of on the wrecking ball got a 16.
That is the AC.
So succeeds, and the werebore on the chompers on the front got a 15.
That's a fail.
And the driver gets a 17.
That's a success.
So the 2 were-rats fail, and 1 werebore fails.
That is 5. That is 11 points of fire damage on a
Okay.
success, or on a failure, half as much on a success.
Okay. So round down 5. Alrighty. Anything else? Just. You know what? Because the driver's making a dex save because of the fire, I'm gonna actually roll just a d20 for the vehicle and see if there might be a mishap. So just give me a second here, everybody. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, cool. So, roll a d20.
Me or you?
Oh, I am.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, the driver failed the ability check, I believe. So, let's go. Oh, that's lower than DC, so that means a mishap's gonna happen.
Ah.
I threw my d20. Okay, so, the fire flares up, and it looks like one of the harpoon flingers stops working for a minute. It's like it's jammed. And one of the rats is like, "Ugh," and he's like smacking it.
Oof.
All right.
Nice.
Anything else, Sephrin?
I believe that is it.
That'll bring it to our driver, Kronder.
And so it's my action to like keep us going.
Yeah, it's your action to like turn it and keep driving. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can use it. You can obviously rules. You can use a bonus action to make the vehicle dash.
Okay. Great. I would like to do that.
All right, so it moves 100 feet, and then use dash to do another 100 feet.
But I'm gonna do something a little wacky,
Okay.
y'all.
Oh.
What? What? Pardon?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. We thought you said something.
Oh no, I said you
Okay.
move 100 and you dash.
So in like the middle of So yeah, in the middle of the movement, I'm gonna do like a really hard U-turn so that we're now like driving straight at the other one.
Okay.
All right.
For the sake of that, roll me a d20.
Okay. It's a 10.
A 10.
You want me to add anything?
Dexterity with the vehicle stats, so a +2, so 12.
12.
Okay. Okay. So you do a sharp turn, as a sharp U-turn, and It does do a little bit of a mishap. So the mishap is... so with that like sharp U-turn, the helm station fills with dust and smoke.
Oh god.
And you are currently blinded by the smoke.
Oh god. Okay.
And you're racing head on towards with this demon grinder.
The smoke really messed up my plans here, guys.
Saffron is like on its side trying to like bat the smoke away with her tail.
Okay.
Not doing anything, but
That'll bring it to one of the werebores, who is going to... can't use any of its vehicle, any of its weapons, because it's not on one of the weapons, so the werebore is instead just going to... not do anything. Just sit there. As is the other one, and the driver of this thing is going to see that you're barreling towards, and he's going to do like a sharp turn to the left to kind of avoid your vehicle. A fail on his a fail on his part. So I'll go for a mishap.
You can't see them.
I can feel it in my bones.
Chicken!
Okay, so
oh, look at the German for chicken actually.
okay. Oof. You can hear a loud grinding coming from the other vehicle, and it starts to shake uncontrollably. And the other vehicle is just like shaking just horrendously. And yeah, that's his action to kind of
These
turn.
things are not well put together.
His action to turn it to the side, and then that's his action to kind of, and then we'll say dash action to kind of turn it around and start following you from behind.
God damn it.
And that'll go to Mortis, who is in the harpoon slinger. Unfortunately, the vehicle is behind you, so you cannot. The harpoon slinger cannot.
Mortis is going to take aim at one of the demon beings hanging off the side.
Well, let me see if that harpoon slinger can actually move around. Sure, why not?
So I guess we didn't get like close enough to it for the raking scythes.
No.
Probably not.
Yes! That sounded like a sure why not.
You know what? Yeah, let's do the raking size first. So
Okay.
Roll. Oh, it's
no,
on
it's a DC 13 dexterity saving throw.
for the raking sights.
Oh wait, I don't know. This is confusing.
Oh, you're looking at the
Either
crushing
one,
wheels. Yeah, this is the raking sights. The raking sights automatically hit.
Okay.
Oh, you have to run over something.
Yeah, that's for no. The crushing wheels is for running something over. Raking size automatically hits. So for the raking size,
But it says when the tormentor within 5 feet of creature that isn't prone or another vehicle.
yeah. So let's just,
Okay.
that isn't prone or another vehicle. Oh yes, the raking size don't do anything then. Okay,
Okay.
but you know what?
Shot.
You know what?
No, they do something.
When the tormentor is within 5 feet of a creature that isn't prone or another
Alright,
vehicle for the first time on a turn, it can. It isn't prone or another vehicle for the first time on a turn. You know what? Roll 2d10 plus 2 slashing damage, Cronder.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a D10. That's a D10.
And it fails to save, so it doesn't
Ooh.
move out of the way. So.
That's a 10 and a 9.
All right.
2.
Ooh.
21.
21 damage. Okay, so.
Aha.
21 damage, and this thing has a total of 200 health.
Oop. Okay.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Shot.
saucy.
So 21. My math is so bad. Okay, cool. But that is over his damage threshold, so I do have to roll another mishap. So as it kind of like turns to keep up, that's when it starts to grind. But before that, it gets another mishap. Oh fuck! So as you hit it, and it turns, and there's the grind, it flips, and it comes to a dead stop. all the characters like in the vehicle, so they're not thrown, but it lands prone and on top of everyone inside of it. So all of them need to make strength saving throws or take bludgeoning damage as it flips. So the were-rat, 11 fail, 5 fail, 8 fail, 13, that is a fail, and the driver gets a 18. The driver succeeds. Everybody else takes bludgeoning damage in the vehicle as this giant demon grinder chasing you, gets hit by these scythes, gets this, like, turns out of the way of the chicken, the smoke billowing, kind of obscuring the other driver's vision as well. So as the vehicle lands on all of these individuals, the ones that failed each take 9 points of bludgeoning damage. And the vehicle lands prone, and the driver gets out of the vehicle, stands up, and you guys are just in the vehicle now, and they're all on their feet.
Run them the fuck over, boy.
But yeah, Mortis, it is still your turn, because this is happening on your turn now. So it's your turn. So this happens, and your vehicle, you can see this vehicle flipped over, the leader's standing there, all of the other kind of passengers are prone on the ground, the vehicle on top of them, they can't get up.
Mortis is gonna fire a harpoon off at the I don't know, the first one to stand up, I guess.
Which would be the driver? The one that looks like he's in the lead of everything. Okay. Make an attack roll with the Tormentor's Harpoon Flinger. +7 to hit.
Ooh.
Oh, well, that is 8.
8. He sees it coming and he just kind of sidesteps and it into the dirt.
Fuck. You son of a bitch.
And even if you have multi-attack, it looks like you can only... Well, no. I'll let you shoot it another time if you have multi-attack, if you can attack more than once.
I'll take another shot then.
Alright, so just you fire another harpoon.
Wow. Natural 1.
Nice.
Ooh.
So it kind of like natural 1. So it kind of like it gets lodged in the mechanism, and the harpoon just shatters to pieces in the mechanism, and debris just gets flung all over the inside of the vehicle and all over the outside of the vehicle.
God damn it, dwarf!
Fuck you, gnome. Get us driving again. Run him down.
Anything else?
That'll be it for me.
Okay. That'll bring it to Salem. The vehicle is currently barreling back in the direction you guys came from.
Yeah, well, we don't want to be going that way, I think. I'm all turned around. I mean, these folks can't really follow us, but they might get their thingy. How far away are they from us?
At this point, I'm going to say, because it hasn't been Kronder's turn yet since driving, not far behind you guys, maybe 25 feet.
Oh, sick. Then, yeah, my plan I can still do. I'm just going to shoot a little moonbeam at the driver.
Go for it.
So that is a con save, or really it's anyone else in a 5-foot radius.
Yeah.
But centered around the driver. And
what does Moonbeam do to shape changers? They fail with
they make
disadvantage.
Their con save with disadvantage.
Yeah,
and
nice.
they revert to their. If it fails, it instantly reverts to the original form.
Oh, yeah. That's right. They're werebeasts.
Yeah.
So with that is a 9. So just and you watch as this wereboar stays a wereboar.
Huh.
Actually,
Salem's just gonna
yeah,
let, like,
stays a
like,
wereboar.
whoop, and be like, I feel like we learned something. I don't know what.
So yeah, roll damage on that.
Yeah, that is going to be 16 points of radiant damage.
Nice, just poof, and he's like, ugh! All right, cool. Anything else?
No, that feels good. I think that's my turn.
Okay.
Yeah,
Excellent.
everyone seems to be hale and hearty, so let's not push our luck.
Okay. Okay. That'll bring us to one of the were-rats underneath the vehicle. But I'll say, since the vehicle's laying on top of them, he's going to try to wiggle out. What shall say? Use all of his movement to wiggle out from under the vehicle. So he's still prone. The other were-rat does the same to get out. Both still prone, bringing it to Sephirin. You guys are barreling away in the other direction. You're about 20. The other vehicle is 25 feet behind you, and you can see the wereboar, the leader of the wereboar, is kind of standing there, holding this like adamantine, almost looking hammer, but it's not adamantine. It's like a green stone. And you can see two were-rats crawling out from the wreckage.
Mortis, you want that hammer?
It's just a normal great hammer. It's nothing special.
It looks cool.
It's cool looking.
You described it so good, though.
Well, oh man, there's so many
It
things
is
she
a-
could do.
It is a pretty cool looking hammer.
She will go. You follow us at your own peril, Hopchin. And she will cast Ray of Sickness
Awesome. On the
driver. Yeah.
driver.
Oh no.
And you can hear him shout, Raga Draga does not get sick. And what's the save, Con?
Actually, that's an
Oh, it's attack roll.
Attack roll first.
That's right.
I knew it was this wiener.
Yeah, Raga Draga. The one
That's,
that Maggie told you about.
22 to hit.
22 definitely hits. He's sitting there just like in these little leathers. He's just like laughing at you, and he's getting ready to you can see he's getting ready to flip the vehicle over, and the Ray of Sickness slams into his chest.
All right. So first, that's 2d8 plus 5.
Yep.
That's 15 points of poison damage,
Okay.
and he must make a con save.
Oh, I rolled a 2, so 2 plus 2, 4. So he's like,
Oh.
and then he just retches all over the ground.
Yeah. So he is now poisoned for a little bit.
He's poisoned. Okay. Awesome. Okay.
And
And
he'll
then-
have to make another con save for Moonbeam at the start of his turn.
Yeah.
And just as the effects take place, she kind of whispers to the rest, they might have more soul coins we could use. And that'll be her turn.
All right. That'll bring us to Kronder, who is currently in the helm area full of smoke. If you want to get rid of the smoke, you don't have to. But I think trying to drive around in smoke is going to cause even more mishaps to happen. That said, if you want to clear the smoke out, it would be an action to do so.
Okay, I will use my action to do that.
Okay, so I need a trying to figure out where the smoke's billowing from. I need a dexterity
It
check.
can't be an intelligence thing?
It's apparently it's dexterity.
God damn it.
You know what? It makes sense. You're looking for the smoke. Do intelligence.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, okay. Just like a straight intelligence check?
Yeah.
15.
15's the DC. So you get the smoke away and you can see clearly. You know what? We'll say that was your bonus action. So you clear the
Okay.
smoke and you can see your other controls again, and you're barreling right back towards Fort Knucklebone. It's still about a
Think we
mile
all
out,
know
but
what I want to do.
all
And
right.
that's turn us around and try to run over the ones that are
Yeah,
prone.
you have 100 feet of movement speed, so you can hit everybody and the vehicle if you want.
I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna ram into the vehicle, and
I'm
everyone's
not gonna ram the vehicle. I don't think. I'm just gonna
Skirt
go
it.
so
yeah, skirt it, like
crush
scrape
the
alongside it.
people and
Yeah.
then scrape it with the rakes. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
So you and the Raga Drago just turns to see you barreling towards him because he's standing right there. His little rats are still crawling out of the wreckage, and they look up just to see this dune monkey racing towards them. They need to make. So the ones that are prone automatically fail a dexterity saving throw, I believe. Let me check.
Yes.
Yes.
I
They take
believe
an extra
so. Yeah, automatically fail. Oh, it doesn't say anything about failing. No, they still get to make the dex saves. Okay. So the rats are going to go make their saves first because you can't see the other two boars. They're still in the wreckage. So the rats that are on the ground first, that's good. That's a 20. Still takes damage.
That'll succeed.
Yeah. And then the second one got a 12. Oh, if it's already prone, it takes an extra 2. Jesus. Okay.
Ooh.
So the one that's... It doesn't make sense that it doesn't take damage if it gets run over. I'm going to say, because it's prone, you're still running it over, it'll take half damage. The one that succeeded.
Okay.
But the other one takes 4d10, and the one that succeeded takes 2d10.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh,
You know what? No. Yeah, the one that succeeded automatically takes the 2d10 because it's prone. We'll say that. So, the one that succeeded, 2d10. The one that failed,
Okay.
4d10. And then
okay, so the first...
Yeah.
The 2d10 is 13.
so you and you hear like a wet pop as its head kind of explodes in the undercarriage. Had 13 health exactly.
Amazing. And then 18, 19, 20, 21, 28 for the other one.
28.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, you can feel like you hear them scream, and then their screams get cut off short, like ah, and then you hear like a wet popping sound. You hear something splat the undercarriage, and you see it, like behind you. We'll say you have like a little rear view mirror in your little helm, and you can see like pieces of rat just get flung out the back from these sharp wheels.
Oh dang.
And then then the big old leader guy has to do it. Yeah, so he's like, oh, and then actually he'd get hit first with the raking scythes. So roll 2d10 plus 2. And we'll see if he succeeds in the dex save to get out of the way, which he does not. That is a 3. So yeah, roll the damage from the
then it's
scythes.
12 points of slashing damage.
12 points of slashing damage. And if you look, your vehicle's weapons are magical. So
yes, they are.
Slashes into him, and as these blades like pierce him, you boof, you hit him with the vehicle, which means he needs to make a dex save as well. He gets a 9, so he's knocked prone and under the vehicle. So roll 2d10 bludgeoning damage from the wheels. So he's like slashed from the blades and then under the vehicle.
5 points of bludgeoning damage.
So he's like under the vehicle,
Dunk, dunk.
and you drive over him, and we'll say you still have like 85. You have 75 feet of movement still in this thing.
All right, then I would like to break maybe like 15-ish, maybe 20 feet away. Are we feeling 20 feet away? Are we feeling 15-ish? We're feeling 15-ish. We're feeling 15-ish.
Okay.
I'll break 15 feet away so that we can just like go over and clobber them.
Okay. That'll bring it to the werebores. The one werebore, you full movement speed to get out from under the wreckage. Second werebore, full movement speed to get out from the wreckage. Ragadraga, half his movement speed to stand up, but he's still in the moonbeam, so con save with disadvantage. Natural 20 and a 12, so it's 12, so that's a fail. So just...
That's going to be the minimum amount of damage. It's 2 points of radiant damage.
Okay. He
I rolled
is...
like very well before, so...
That's true. It balances out.
He can't lift this thing by himself.
I am like looking at how much the Tormentor weighs, and if it gets knocked over, what are we gonna do?
Yes, yeah, the Demon Grinder, the one that he's in, 12,000 pounds. He's just gonna be like, ugh. And he's just gonna straighten up, hold his maul, and just get ready for what's gonna come. But he's gonna step out of the moonbeam. He's gonna half move. He's half movement, 15 feet. He's just gonna move 15 feet towards your vehicle slowly. Just.
That's where that moonbeam's going on my turn.
And then it'll be Mortis's turn. Mortis, you're in the harpoon slinger. You can see this werebore, this like armored werebore with a crown and a maul, slowly walking towards your vehicle. You see just the splattered remains of 2 were-rats, and you see 2 werebores crawling out from under the wreckage of their vehicle.
When Mr. Werebore wants to live like a king, he can die like a pig on a spit roast. And Mortis is gonna fire at him.
All right, +7 to hit.
That is 13.
13. 13 definitely hits. So he's walking and then
Nice.
just into his left shoulder. Roll damage. That is 2d8 plus 2.
10 damage.
10 damage. Nice. So yeah, just hits him on the shoulder and he just keeps trudging along. Anything else, Mortis? You want to do another shot? Or
Sure, let's put another one in him.
all right, you fling another harpoon at Ragadraga.
Hmm.
That is 16.
16 hits. So this one gets him like right in the belly. Just so 2d8 plus 2.
11. 13 damage.
Oh, nice. So just another one gets him in the stomach, and he's just like, ugh! But he's still trudging along, very Boromir-esque. Just 2 harpoons stuck in his.
Boromir.
Nah.
Anything else, Mortis?
Morris is just gonna be like, here, piggy, 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 sweet. And that's his turn.
Okay, that'll bring it to Salen.
Yeah, I think Sayla is just kind of gonna like hook her little feet under some part so she can kind of like flop out
Okay.
and turn just to this strange wasteland warrior horde
Mm-hmm.
and just like move the moonbeam back onto Ragadraga.
Con save. Is it like sizzles from behind? That is a 2 plus 2 again, so 4.
That's low.
Just.
That's better. That is gonna be 14 points of radiant damage.
Oh,
Nice.
he's just like, you can see like the moonbeam just like sizzling his like his greasy, oily boar hide. He's just like, anything else?
But how far away are they?
So he's moving 15 feet. You guys bricked about 20 feet away. Oh, fuck, he's close. He's 5 feet away, roughly.
Oh,
They're not 5 feet. That makes no sense. He's 15 feet away. Or,
okay,
no, not.
even...
10. About 10.
Okay.
So he's getting close.
Well,
he's just
in
like...
that case, yeah. I'm just gonna hop down and wild shape into a giant elk.
Okay.
And just back up about 20 feet.
Nice. All right.
I love it.
That'll bring us to Sephrin.
All right. I think so. First of all, Schwarz is going to take flight a little bit in the air, so she can do a bit of a combo attack. So first, she's going to hurl another vial. She's going to hurl a vial of acid at the guy. Who's going to cast Acid Splash. So I need a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. On the driver, I assume. Ragadraga.
Yep.
He's poisoned, so it's disadvantage. 9.
As a fail.
Alright, I think a poison is only for ability checks, not saving throws.
Oh, this is acid damage.
Yeah.
Oh, for poison condition. Oh, sorry. Ooh, that's good. That is 15 points of acid damage.
Okay, he's like ah! He's looking real bad.
And then follow up, Schwarz is going to cast the Force Strike.
Okay.
And I always forget stats for him. I don't know why. Force Strike. +4 to hit. That's what it is. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah, it definitely hits. Just
Okay. That is 4 plus 2. That is a 6.
all right. So just and he's like, "Ugh, and he's like, looks like he's about to like he's struggling to like stay up. He's like limping a little bit. He drops to his knees for a second, pulls himself up, and just keeps trudging along. Anything else?
That's it for her.
That'll bring it to Cronder.
Great. I'm gonna kind of like stand up out of my little seat,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna like smack my staff onto the ground of the car or whatever, like the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and cast a magic missile
Okay.
That works.
at 3rd level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's
So-
trudging along, and these magic missiles just go. And magic missile
So-
automatically hits.
Yeah, 2 of them are gonna hit him,
Okay.
and then the other 3 are going to go to 2 of them are going to go to one of the were-boars, and 1 will go to the other were-boar.
Okay. So go for Ragged Draga first.
Okay, Ragged Draga is taking 7 points of force damage.
So you watch as one of these magic missiles hits him in the chest and leaves a massive gaping hole where his like sternum is, like right through the breastbone. And as he looks up from the wound, the second magic missile hits him between the eyes and obliterates his head. He had 7 hit points exactly. So just
Ooh.
and his
It feels
body
so
like
good.
his body just like limps and just goes limp and twitches and then hits the ground. And then for the other 2 on the ground that are prone,
Yes. The one that's taking 2 of them is going to also take 7 hit points,
okay.
or 7 points of
Yep.
force. Oh, wait. I rolled 2, my bad. Just the 1. And then 3 for the one that's just getting hit once.
Okay. So just and when like the dust clears from this like magic missile, you guys just see Ragged Draga's body twitching on the ground, gaping hole in his sternum, and his head is just completely just. Anything else?
Nope.
A fine spell.
Thanks.
All right.
Not as good as the rest of them.
Moose.
Moose noises.
Moose noises.
Those are.
But the Werewolf who took 2 of these magic missiles is going to use his half movement to stand up, and then use the rest of his 15 feet of movement to run towards you guys. Same with the second one. So these 2 remaining Wereboars are just running. No, they're not. No, they're turning and leaving. They're running away. So just away from their vehicle, just across the wasteland. And that'll bring it to Mortis. As these
There we go.
2 Wereboars start running away from the conflict.
Mortis is going to fire at one, see what happens.
Okay, go for it.
You still got 7 harpoons left here. That is dirty 20.
Yeah, it hits
Ooh.
the one.
Nice.
Hits the one that looks the worst off, and it's running, and you catch it in the waist with one of these harpoons.
That is 15, 17 damage.
All right, yeah, hits in the back, and just lets out a squeal, just and then just keeps running.
You far. Morris is just gonna flip him off.
Okay, and we'll say at the end of the round, they just keep running, and they keep running, And they keep running. We'll say that's the end of combat as they just disappear behind some rocks and then disappear in the
Into the distance.
Yep, and yeah, you can just see the flipped, damaged demon grinder on the ground, just kind of smoking.
Should we should we switch cars?
I mean, it didn't work so well for them, did it?
Yeah, I mean ours was pretty great.
And ours is upright. I mean, we do have some strong members here, but I do not envy the task of flipping that thing back over.
Why don't we just steal? Why don't we just loot the stupid thing and get going?
Agreed.
All right, we are in the process of looting.
Okay,
Yeah,
So you-
I can carry any and all harpoons in Mamuth's face.
all right. So you guys approach the demon grinder,
Just like balanced on the antlers.
Yeah.
and you see these mangled. You see the mangled corpse of Ragadraga as you approach. There's a circlet laying on the ground where his head used to be, and you can see 3 soul coins on his person.
So is that gold
Okay.
coins or soul coins?
Soul coins.
Okay, cool.
I'll collect those and put them in my little soul coin pouch. That puts us up to 5.
All right, and yeah, there's also a circlet
Can
on the
somebody who
ground.
actually like takes notes keep track of how many soul coins we have?
Yep.
Thank you.
So if you want to add soul coins to your inventory, there's actually a soul coin magic item you can find on D&D
Oh,
Beyond.
is there?
Yes.
What is the quality of the circlet, out of curiosity?
Undamaged whatsoever. Like unscathed. Most likely it looks like a magic item. It's kind of, it's basic looking, like it's got gold bands at the front of it. There's like looks like there's a kind of diamond-esque looking gem with what looks like a sun around it.
Sephron will take 10
Ooh.
minutes to ritual cast Identify then.
Okay, so yeah, so during these 10 minutes while they're looting, you can do that.
Yep.
You guys also find 10 harpoons on the demon grinder.
Nice.
And nothing else. No treasure. You don't find anything worth looting off the mess of the were-rats. The circlet and the soul coins and the
That's
harpoons is
fair.
all you find. So you guys gather up what you find. With your identify, Sephron, you would identify that as a circlet of blasting. So while wearing this circlet,
Sorry, could you repeat that?
oh boy, I am cutting out again.
Yeah.
So, well, it's circlet of blasting. While wearing this circlet, you can use an
Ooh.
action to cast a Scorching Ray spell with it. When you make the spell's attacks, you do so with an attack bonus of +5. That circlet cannot be used this way again until the next dawn. So it's a circlet of blasting.
Oh,
I mean,
the wizard already has spell stuff, so she's going to be like, I think this would fit very well on my person.
I killed him.
Yes, but you have lasting spells and such.
I don't have any fire spells though.
I mean, how many? I don't have too many reagents. My spells are somewhat limited.
Are you
Yes,
saying you don't have a lot of offensive-based magic?
I have some, but I would say not to the extent of you or even Salem.
Yeah, I'm pretty stocked up on the combat spells.
Yeah, I'm more utility. You know, I can heal people. I can identify things. I can coat things in fairy fire. But offensive spells are fairly few and far between for me.
All right, I'm fine with you having it.
Perfect. She will put the blasted circlet, the circlet of blasting on her own head.
All right, it does not require attunement.
oh, what?
I can work with that.
I'm also
And I'm
gonna.
just gonna keep an eye out, like just as this giant elk just kind of walk around the perimeter and make sure no one's messing with us.
All right, make a perception check with the
Ooh.
elk's wisdom, I believe.
I thought I kept my wisdom in wild
Yeah.
shape. So
That's correct.
Yeah, that would be polymorph, where
Yup.
you adopt the wisdom and intellect.
giant elk is pretty wise. Oh, well that's a 12. So or no, better. It's gonna be a 15. So
15. You don't see anything. You see, like, in the
Alright.
distance, like, imps kind of flying around, and just, like, just general Avernus fiends just moving around, but they don't seem to pay much attention to you. And in the
it's just another
distance,
big horned thing. Yeah.
yeah. And I pull up my map of Avernus here because I am not on Roll20 just because of connection stuff today. Oh no, wrong map. In the distance, however,
Ooh.
you can see the hill that Lulu is speaking of, Harriman's Hill. It's about maybe it's about maybe 2 miles out, but you can see it in the distance, yeah.
Ugh.
Because the land of Avernus is very flat. It's hilly in some spots, but yeah, you can see the in the distance. You can see the your location.
Oh,
Sweet. That's
who's
good.
the hill?
I will start us up and drive.
Okay,
I will demoose and get in.
all right.
How's the suffering?
So you still
Oh,
have.
but before I do, I'm
Yes.
gonna take the hammer and give it to Mortis.
Okay, it is just a maul.
It's just a cool hammer.
It's an awesome hammer.
Yeah, so it's this maul that looks like it's made from like green marble. Just a,
Oh, that's so cool.
That's so cool.
just a standard
That's
It is
hammer.
very
cool.
cool.
I will freely admit it is very cool. But I also got this. I can shoot lasers
Also
from my
cool.
forehead.
So yeah, you race forward in your tormentor, and as you're driving along, you got about 2 miles left to go. Very short time in this thing, and for the rest of your drive, nothing of interest seems to stand out. A couple, maybe like some, because I think you guys said you're driving along the river Styx. A couple like imps drinking the water look last minute, and you just barrel over them, and they squeal as they get splattered into nothingness.
I mean, it feels good. I'm not gonna lie.
And
After being at Mercy before, I would highly agree.
I don't hate it.
and soon enough, you guys come to what looks like wrought iron trees that line a trail that leads to the summit of a steep hill. Anguished knights are impaled on the tree's metal branches, their bodies writhing in torment, as these bloated, fiend-like mosquitoes, called sturges, feast on their blood. And they're just like, ah!
Do they look like they came from the city we were just at?
The knights.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the Sturges.
No, yeah, the knights. Or are they just?
Can't exactly tell.
Okay.
But it looks like there's inscriptions above each of their heads, but you'd have to get out of the vehicle to kind of maneuver this area.
Fair enough.
So we can't just like drive straight up the hill. Do we have
No,
to, like,
you have to get out.
park
Yeah,
our car somewhere?
you have to park. Yeah, just.
I'm not gonna try to parallel park. I'm just gonna leave it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No unparalleled parks.
This entire place is essentially a parking lot. I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, do we have about 6 seconds?
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably.
okay. And Salem is just gonna kind of like rummage and just find a little mistletoe
Mhm.
and just take a match and like strike it off a little rock, set it on fire, and just cast a little pass without a trace on all of us
Okay.
as we try to get up this hill.
All right. So as you guys are like going up the hill, you can see that each individual is pinned to a barbed metal tree, like they're impaled on the trees. almost crucified, and there are inscriptions above each of their heads that kind of attest that most of them were mortal knights who abandoned Zariel during her assault into Avernus when she was
Ugh.
celestial. And these like weird sturges buzz between the branches, feasting hungrily on these screaming crucified victims.
Seems kind of like maybe you earned this one, guys.
Yeah, I mean, like running from a human general that I can get, but running away from a celestial, it seems like they had weak hearts.
Help me! Oh, God damn it! And as so you guys can sit there, and there's also another figure at the summit of the hill. And as you guys kind of walk up the hill, the other one looks elvish, but vampiric traits, pale, red eyes, fangs, the works. And
Oh,
it looks
one
like
second,
these.
I have a spell I might want to cast.
Okay, and it looks like these sturges are flying over to him and injecting him with the blood of these people also impaled, almost like they're preserving his existence.
That's very gross.
And he's just like, "Oh, please, please help me, cut me down so I can move on. Please, help.
Never mind. I'm not going to cast the spell.
Hello, I can see you. Help me. Cut me
What?
down. Cut me down.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I'm so old. These ears aren't what they used to be.
Can someone cut me down?"
Don't talk to the damned. We'll deal with them later.
And Lulu kind of looks at this individual and says, "Jander." And
Oh, shit.
he's like, "Oh, Lulu," and she kind of looks at him with like a pitiful look. And she turns to you all and says, "I've made a mistake leading us here. This isn't the Bleeding Citadel. I have to ponder my dreams some more to figure out where we have to go." He's like, "No, don't leave. Like, cut me down, please."
It just really feels like a bad idea to do that.
"We're all being tortured." And he
Hey,
gestures.
now's not the time for dream pondering.
And he gestures to, like, all the other people kind of chained up and screaming. Just, "Please, help us."
There's absolutely every way this could backfire on us.
Yeah, I would agree.
But we're all agreeing to not cut them down, right?
No, I think maybe we should kill the thing on the hill.
"What? Kill me?
Oh,
Not you.
I'm the thing on the hill."
Oh, that's the thing on the hill.
well,
we don't need to disturb the equilibrium here, do we? We are getting their just punishment after all.
That's stupid. How long are you going to punish someone for?
Well, if it's anything like I've heard about these heaven and hell types, eternity.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, it's not really my thing either.
No.
They ran
So are
from
we
the
talking
angel.
to a knight impaled on a tree or the vampire elf?
This is the vampire elf talking.
Okay.
And all the knights are kind of around him. They all look like they're of the same cloth.
It's no business of ours.
My name is Jander Sunstar. And he's impaled on the largest iron tree. And he says, "I was part of a host of warriors who joined the angel Zariel in her assault on the Nine Hells. After we ended up here, I panicked and fled back to El Terrell. And I betrayed my companions here." And he gestures to the ones that are also impaled. Or sorry, no, he does. But he does gesture towards them, and he says, "I betrayed my braver comrades by sealing the portal behind them." And then when he gestures to the fellows, he's like, "These are my fellow deserters."
oh, you sound like a huge asshole.
Yeah, that's
Little
pretty
bit,
shitty.
And after years of anguishing about this, I chose to face the sun, if you will, and threw myself to Lathander's mercy. My prayers fell on deaf ears, and I was condemned to the 9 hells to suffer for my sins.
Hmm.
Well,
So-
take that up with your god then.
Yeah, that is your punishment. Just because it hurts.
You're not going to help any of us?
No reason to.
It doesn't seem to concern me.
How can we be sure that helping you won't bring anything bad down on us?
We are surrounded by demons. If we get him free, we are sure to be set upon by these sturges.
You can't be serious. You condemn me to this torment and anguish?
The Thunder did.
Well, hang
Well,
on. I don't know about hell, and I don't know about Lathander. How long have you been on this dang tree?
A long time since Zeriel was. That's just a long time.
Like-
I don't know.
Like human long?
More than human long.
Mm,
Sounds like it's been a while.
I don't know. I don't know if we can just leave them on this tree, though.
Are
Can
you
we
up?
do that thing where we say we're gonna come back to like ease our consciences, but then we like conveniently forget when the next like big thing happens to us?
I feel like you said the quiet part out loud there.
You did.
Eh.
Look, I just. What's the point of punishing someone forever and ever? What's the point?
So what you're saying is you want to try and cut them down?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, you do a shitty thing, and then if you're punished forever, like you're not gonna learn from it or get better. You're just gonna be punished. It's dumb.
Out of curiosity, about how many sturges are around?
About 20.
Hmm.
They're very tiny.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Again, they look like weird little hairy mosquitoes. Very hairy looking mosquitoes.
I mean, I don't even know how to cut these jerks down.
Just pull us off the pieces impaling us.
I'm very short.
Yes.
I mean, between my dragon and mage hand, I might be able to slide you off, but that should take some doing.
You say you're from El Terrell,
Yes, I am from Alterel.
so you were pulled down. Were you pulled down here with the rest of the city then?
No, this was before the city fell.
Wait,
Yeah,
are
this would have
you
been when
dead?
Zariel fell.
Yes, this is around the time Zeriel fell.
Well, it's up to you guys. You want to let him go, or you want to leave him up there?
If we were to get you down, would you be able to compensate us with something?
No, because my soul would move on.
Hmm.
I would
Hmm.
die.
Do you think your friends might be able to compensate
The
us?
same thing would
Caleb is-
happen to them.
Just gonna start helping him.
Like pulling him off the.
Yeah.
Alright. As soon as you pull him off, his body crumbles to dust. And he just smiles in like grateful release. And as soon as that happens, all of the Sturges swarm and attack. And I need you guys to roll initiative again.
Yup.
Yay!
Ooh, great initiative
Hurrah.
again.
Really bad initiative.
Oh.
Bad initiative. Oh no.
Uh-oh. Okay, give me 1 second. And
Oh, that's not terrible.
alrighty.
Okay.
So, Mortis, what'd you get?
12.
Salen,
I got a 21.
Sephrin,
Yeah.
what'd you get?
Suffering got 3.
Oh, 3. Okay. Cronder.
2.
Oof. Alrighty. So that'll bring it to the first group of 5 Sturges, who all have very low hit points. They're gonna all swarm on Salen essentially because she's the one who pulled him off. And
Come at me, bros.
I worded that so bad. Gonna attempt to like drain your blood like the hairy mosquitoes they are. Oh, 23 to hit.
Yeah, that will hit.
Okay, so as it pierces into your neck, it attaches to your neck
Yuck.
with its like weird like stinger appendage. And you take
Mm.
6 piercing damage.
Okay.
Yeah. So and it's just stuck there. The other one from this group is gonna fly over and kind of land on your cheek. And no, that is only an 11 to hit. So it goes to like pierce into your cheek. It just doesn't get through the skin. Another one's gonna land on like your like upper lip and try to pierce in there.
Gross.
For a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
You take 7 piercing damage as it bites into your upper lip and just attaches there.
How much damage?
7.
Okay.
And then the other one's gonna land on like your right ear and sting there, but miss. Kind of just gets tangled in the hair. Another one's gonna fly down and bite into your shoulder for a 15 to hit.
That'll hit, yeah.
All right, so that is 6 piercing damage, and that one is attached to you.
Okay.
And that'll bring it to you, Salen.
Okay, so do I think that if I were to face step the heck out of there, they would still be attached to me?
Yes.
Oh, gross. Okay. So I'm just going to. I guess they're kind of clustered in little groups.
Oh yeah, it's a huge swarm of 20 that just kind of like barreled towards you.
I am gonna bonus action turn into like a giant spider this time.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that's my bonus action, and then I'm just going to cast a moonbeam centered on myself.
Okay. So all of the ones that are on you need to make con saves. 8.
Nope.
Natural 20.
Yep.
11.
Nope.
13.
No.
3.
No. All right. So
what's the minimum you can roll for damage?
The minimum I can roll for damage would be 2.
2? Okay. Yeah. And what happens if they succeed? Is it half damage or no damage?
Half damage, yeah.
All right. Don't even roll.
Okay.
their max hit points is 2. So all the ones that are swarming on you just all just bubble away.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know if I take damage from that moonbeam.
No. You're probably safe from it. Yeah.
If you say so.
Yeah. So anything else? Bonus action,
no,
action. Yeah.
Gonna be.
You did bonus action and action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm good.
All right, that'll bring it to the second swarm of Sturges. And they're gonna fly towards someone else now. Cronder.
Oh god damn it! Fuck.
Oh darn! They're not gonna get the bug zapper vibe.
Nope.
Go into the light. Darn.
And it's going to, because they're not bugs. This one's gonna fly towards Cronder and bite you on the nose for a 14 to hit.
Oh, that just hit.
So it just gets you on the nose and it sinks its little proboscis into your nose. Yep. And you take 4 piercing damage, and it's attached to your nose.
Ow.
The second one is going to land on your like left eyelid, and that's a natural 1, so it flies towards you, and you just swat it, and you actually crush it between your palms.
Nice.
Let's say it dies, so you're just like, nope. The third one is going to fly for your open mouth.
Ooh.
And it doesn't get in, obviously, because you close your mouth in time. You're like, and it's gonna bite your chin for another natural one. So you just go, "Ugh," and it gets tangled in like your gnome-ishness, whatever that means. The
Yuck.
the fourth one is gonna land on your forehead and go for a bite for a 17 to hit.
It'll hit.
So that's 7 piercing damage as it lodges itself onto your forehead. And the last surge in that swarm is this one's gonna land on your left eye and try to bite into your eyeball for a 19 to hit.
Oh,
That'll
why?
So that's 4 piercing damage, and it's attached to your left eye, like into the eyeball. Like the stinger goes right into it. Just it's like, ugh.
Salem, you and I are beefing right now.
And
I'm
then
doing great, actually.
and then these third swarm of Sturges, because these Sturges rolled better than most of you.
Yep.
Uh,
Great.
The third swarm is gonna go after Sephron. And this one's gonna land on your left cheek and bite in, and that is that's a 12 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
So you like, "Ugh," and it skitters around on your cheek and just gets ready to bite again. That'll bring it to one of the other ones in that swarm. That's gonna land on your left hand and bite in for a 24 to hit.
That hits. Yeah.
That is 7 piercing damage as it lodges into your left hand. Just
Okay.
the third one in that swarm is gonna fly towards you and land on the bridge of your nose,
Oh,
and that is a 21 to hit.
that hits.
For 4 piercing damage, and it attaches to the bridge of your nose.
Okay.
And that'll bring us to this one,
Yuck.
and it's gonna fly over towards you as well, Sephron, and attempt to bite you like on your lower right eyelid for a 24 to hit again.
That hits. Yeah.
For 4 piercing damage, just and it's attached to your lower eyelid. And the last one in this swarm is gonna fly towards you and attempt to bite you on the left earlobe. For a natural 20.
Oof.
Oof.
So,
Damn, it really sucks
They
to
want
be-
that demonic blood, I guess.
so you take a total of 8 piercing damage with the crit.
Okay. That's not so bad.
Their CR 1/8.
Could be worse.
And that'll bring us to Mortis. You see these swarms just swarm on Sephron, on Kronder, and Salem. And now it's your turn. And there's still one swarm left, and it looks like they're all going to be gunning for you, Mortis.
Then Mortis is going to take a swipe at them with his warhammer.
The one's coming towards you.
Yes.
All right. You can attack one of the 5.
That is 21 to hit.
Oh, hits, of course. You just swing your warhammer at one of these hairy mosquitoes. They don't really look like mosquitoes, but that's the best way to describe them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hits, roll damage.
That is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
Well, no matter who hits them, they're going to die anyway. They have 2 hit points. Say you just and you just splatter it with your warhammer. And there's still 4 more coming at you.
Second one is 8, 9, 10, 12, 13.
13 does not hit. It kind of flutters over the warhammer. Anything else?
That's it for me.
That's it. Okay, that'll bring it to the rest of the swarm for you. That are gonna the one that you try to hit is gonna land on your lip and try to bite into your upper lip.
Oh.
Miss. It just doesn't get through your beard. Another one is gonna land on your nose, left nostril, for a dirty 20 to hit. Dirty 20 to hit, Mortis.
Alright.
Okay. And that you take 5 piercing damage, and it lodges into your left nostril.
Ow.
And then the other one's gonna bite you, but miss completely, And the last one of the swarm is going to attempt to bite you inside the left ear for a 14, so that's a miss. And that'll bring it to Sephrin.
Okay.
They're all over your face and just bite it. They're attached to you. And
Yeah, in Infernal, she's basically shouting, "Fuck this!" And she's gonna take out another one of those pitch-soaked yo-yo looking things,
okay,
light it up, and cast a flaming sphere,
okay,
and basically right in front of
no.
her.
yeah, just. So all the surgeons need to make a save.
30 saving throw.
Yeah, dexterity. So, the first one got a 7. Second one got a 7. Third one got a 5.
Yep.
Fourth one got a 18.
That's
And the
okay.
fifth one got an 8.
Okay.
It's half damage anyway, so they're all incinerated.
Yeah.
So, and you are resistant to fire?
Yep.
And you're dropping on yourself? So,
Well, not on myself,
yeah.
but in front. Yeah. But it will be within 5 feet.
So you need to make a save as well and take half
do.
damage. Yeah.
I do. For me, that's +1, I believe. As an 8, but it's still still half. So that would be for me. The total was 13, so I believe have reduced down to 6.
And if you say, okay, so yeah, 6. All right. Anything else for Sephrin? All the ones that are on you are just incinerated.
As a bonus action, she's going to command Spatz to blast. She's going to command him to blast the Sturge that's right on Kronder's nose.
Okay. Attack roll.
That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
That's 6 points of force damage.
Yeah, it's dead. So, Kron, you're looking, this one's lodged in your nose, they look right in your eyes, and then just you see Schwarz just kind of fly over and just obliterate it off your nose.
Thanks.
And I guess that'll bring it to Kronder.
Great.
So, Kronder, there are 3 left all over you. Just
like attached to me.
Yep.
So if I move, they move with me.
Yep, there's one right in your eyeball.
Great. I'm gonna walk over so that I'm right beside Mortis.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna just kind of wave my my staff in a circular motion as frost kind of collects in it, and then I'll slam it into the ground and cast Sneelock Snowball Swarm.
Nice.
Centered in the middle of me and Mortis to try to get all of them.
Okay. What's the saving throw on that, if there is one?
It is a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, so the ones attached to you need to make a dexterity saving throw. That is 11.
Fails.
17.
Succeeds.
And a 10.
Fails.
And the ones on Mortis as well. I believe, because the Snowball Swarm. So the ones on Mortis get a 18.
Succeeds.
13. 14. And a 13.
Only one of those succeeded.
Okay.
So they all the ones that didn't succeed take 13, and all the ones that did take half of that.
So they all die anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the ones on you die.
All these snowballs come swarming around.
Yeah, so all the ones on you and Mortis are dead, pelted by snowballs.
Yeah.
Which is good, because these things have automatic blood draining at the start of on their turns. So, nice. Yeah, all of the Sturges are dead. But we're still in an initiative. So anything else, Kronder?
Nope.
Okay. Start of your turn. You guys hear the remaining crucified souls wailing in terror. And about 300 feet away, swooping down from the infernal sky, you see this individual in black plate armor, just covered in like massive spines of just black metal, a spined armored helmet, a huge flaming sword, riding on a flying flaming horse.
That doesn't look great.
And he just appears in the sky, looking out at you all, and you just hear him scream, "Interlopers!" And
What they're sailing.
and as this happens, you guys hear bzzz, 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 and this massive, infernal-looking wasp,
Fuck.
is going to pick up Lulu and start flying away with Lulu.
What?
That doesn't look great.
So, since this is technically counting as a different combat encounter,
Okay.
reroll initiative.
Ah.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, of course.
Okay. 19.
19 for Sephirin. All right, what did Mortis get?
0.
Okay. Salen.
4.
Kronder.
12.
All right. So, as this Avenger appears, you see this kind of infernal wasp pick up Lulu and start to fly off with her about 60 feet away, flying. Just
Oof,
it's very
okay.
fast. Just
Oh, fuck.
or no, 30 feet away. It's gonna be 30 feet away.
Okay.
And you can see it's flying towards what looks like a massive nest in the distance.
Yuck.
But at the start of this turn, this flaming horse is going to fly 90 feet down towards you all. But it's
God.
300 feet away, so that's massive. So about 210 feet away still. And then it's going to use a dash action to go 180. So it is now, with its rider, 120 feet away, and that'll end its turn, bringing it to Sephirin. So it's 120 feet away, coming at you, just full speed.
Okay. So thankfully, I believe I can use a bonus action to command the flaming sphere. Let me just look at it. As a bonus action, you can move the sphere up to 30 feet.
Mhm.
So basically, she's going to take the flaming sphere, flick it, and have it ram right in the back of that infernal-looking wasp.
It will hit Lulu if you do that.
She's a Hollyphant. She can take it.
Okay. So it hits the wasp. The wasp means immune to fire damage.
Fuck.
So and Lulu takes how much damage? Oh, it's a save, right? Oh,
yeah, it's a dexterity save.
So that is a fail. She rolled a 6 plus 3, 9.
Okay.
So as Lulu is hit by this flaming sphere. Poor Lulu.
14 points of fire damage.
Lulu's not looking great.
Damn.
Sorry, I thought that would work.
Like a pained trumpet.
Alright, so as a bonus action, to go, Scheiße, she will, she will the guy's on the flaming horse, he's probably pretty resistant to fire. Sephirin will drop concentration on flaming sphere.
Okay.
And she will cast Enlarge on Mortis.
All right. So Mortis's size goes from medium to large. And
Big boy.
your attacks have an extra D8, I believe.
D4.
D4. Thank you. Anything else? So Mortis just grows to large size, so 10 feet tall.
Saffron will walk behind that new giant form of cover.
Okay, and I'll say your vehicle is 60 feet down the hill.
Okay.
And that'll bring it to Kronder.
Great. You want me to try to save Lulu?
If you can, just don't use fire.
Sounds good. I'm gonna cast Magic Missile at 3rd level again.
On the Hell Wasp.
Yeah.
Alright, roll damage. Just
Okay. That is 5 of them.
Nice.
Do I not have... There we go. 5. Ooh, nice. 10, 14, 16, 18 points of force damage.
Ah.
awesome. Just and this large size wasp is still carrying Lulu.
But now it's hurt.
Correct.
Huh. I think I might start moseying my way down towards the car.
Okay. 60 feet away, so you're like, nope. Okay. That'll bring us to the armored individual aboard the Flaming Horse. Alrighty. Yeah, he is too far away to do anything. So he's not going to do anything. That'll
Thank
bring
God for small miracles.
That'll bring it to the Wasp, who is going to use his full movement to fly 60 feet away towards the nest. And it's going to attempt to sting Lulu while flying with her. That hits Lulu. Lulu takes 9 piercing damage.
Oof.
And 9 fire damage. So,
What happens if Lulu dies?
I don't know.
Use one of those parasitoid wasps.
And Lulu needs to make a con save, which she 15. She succeeds the con save, so she's not poisoned or paralyzed. But she is looking real bad with 4 hit points.
Oof.
And that'll bring it to Salin.
Cool. How far away is the wasp?
60 from you, it went
Yeah.
30 and 60, so it's 90 feet away.
Shoot. So I cannot move my moonbeam that far.
And I believe you also put it down?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, no, it's still up. Yeah, no. Yeah.
And I can't move the moonbeam.
You can move 30 feet and then, or no, that wouldn't work.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't follow me.
Yeah.
And okay, well, yeah, I'm going to. About how far can I just kind of head in the direction of Lulu?
She's 90 feet away.
Mm.
So.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to have to drop my wild shape and get as close as I can, use my movement.
Okay.
To try to put a healing word on Lulu.
Okay.
Because she's our only guide in this place, and someone lit her on fire. But I rolled a 4, so that's pretty neat. So that's going to be 4 plus 4, that's 8.
8, okay.
Yeah.
So she is at 12 hit points.
And I guess I actually do still have my action. Wait, shit. No, I can't do healing word and drop wild shape.
Nope.
They're both bonus actions.
Yep.
Fuck. So I'm not gonna do that. I can't do that.
Can you cast? Yeah, never mind.
No, I would have to drop it. I can't cast it. So yeah, I'm just gonna move the moonbeam 30 feet out.
Okay.
In front of me towards either the wasp or the guy. I don't know yet.
Okay. All right. That'll bring it to Mortis.
Oh, you're twice as big now.
Yeah.
Big dwarf in full armor.
Did he fall asleep? He looks like he's
Did he
sleeping.
fall asleep?
You might have.
Alex, there you go.
Nope, I'm here.
That'll work.
Yeah, your turn, dude.
Mortis, you are
Sorry.
enlarged, so you're considered size large, and you have an extra
D4.
D4 to damage.
Yes.
And Lulu is 90 feet away, being carried by this hell wasp. And the giant, the armored individual on the flaming horse is 120 feet up, coming towards you guys.
Mortis is going to cast Crown of Madness on the wasp.
Alrighty.
Yo.
What is the saving throw on that? Wisdom?
Wisdom 12.
5.
Oof.
That fails.
Card of Madness only works on humanoids.
Oh,
Oh.
that's right.
All right, I'll do it on the knight on the horse then.
Does not work on him either. Fiend. Both fiends.
Oof.
So you go to cast it on the guy in the armor and nothing happens.
Yikes.
So, yeah. Take the spell slot.
Mortis is going to then Nope. I got nothing. Yeah, I got nothing. Mortis is just gonna put up his shield and prepare for an attack. Anyone within 10 feet of me gets a +1 to saving throws.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay. Alrighty, that'll bring it to the flaming horse.
Yikes.
Oh, I read the stats of this item wrong. The horse and the man in the armor go on the same turn. So actually, the horse does not go first. So on his turn, it would have done the dash to get 120 feet close,
Okay.
which means it's Sephron's turn actually.
Okay. Is the rider still 120 feet off from us?
Yes.
Okay. You're gonna kind of gonna look up at the now embiggened Mort, go, oh, you'll be fine, and just going to run 30 feet towards the wasp.
Okay. So it's 60 feet away.
Okay.
Yep. So bonus action healing word on the Holophant.
Okay.
Yes.
That is 1d4 plus 5 for me. 7 points of healing.
Okay, so she's at 19.
Okay. Hopefully that makes up for the horrible burns I inflicted.
Ooh.
And then main action is she's going to cast Acid Splash. Thankfully that has a 60-foot range.
Yeah, on the Hell Wasp.
Nice.
Yep.
Alright, so attack roll.
Actually, dex save.
That's right. Oh man. 15.
That does not save.
Nice. So splashes on the back of this hell wasp.
That is
Yeah.
14 points of acid damage.
Nice. Anything else?
That'll be it.
All right, that'll bring us to Kronder, who is currently on their way towards the vehicle.
Right. So, how far away is the wasp from me?
What's your movement speed?
25 feet.
And you move towards the vehicle, and it's
Yeah.
math. I'm not good at it.
It'd be 65 feet, wouldn't it?
Nope, because he's moving down the hill, away from it.
Oh, okay.
115 feet away.
Okay. Well then. God damn it. I'll move my full speed back towards it,
Okay. So now it's back to being 90 feet away.
and I'm gonna cast the Snillock Snowball Swarm, so I kind of just like gather up that kind of frosty energy
Okay. So
and just point.
Melt it with snowballs.
Yeah, it's a dex save, please.
Yep. 9.
Fails.
What kind of damage is it's cold damage, correct?
It's cold damage.
All right, so roll damage and double it because it seems like it's vulnerable to cold damage.
Yeah.
So it's
Ooh.
flying
Okay.
and then
Alright.
pelted by these
Roll high,
snowballs,
roll high.
Scarface style.
14. So 28 points of cold damage
And that's
Ooh.
nice.
after being doubled.
The snowballs just obliterate it, and Lulu drops to the ground. But then she kind of like regains her flight and hovers. The hell wasp is
Sorry
dead.
about that.
Uh,
I thought the flaming sphere would knock you free.
No.
Sorry.
Noises.
oh, that poor girl.
Oh, she's so small.
Anything else, Kronder?
No.
Okay.
No, that's it for me, thanks.
That'll bring it to the armored individual who, yeah, the nightmare shares the same initiative as he does.
Nice.
So it's gonna move. Rest of its movement go 180 feet, but only need to go 120, and it gets right in front of Salen and Mortis and Sephron. So just lands. That's the nightmare, and he's gonna use his action to kind of mess with these reins that he's got on the nightmare.
Mm.
And the nightmare disappears and almost gets sucked into the reins, and he's standing there now, sword out on the ground.
Okay, cool.
So just for the sake of me knowing things, I will say the nightmare is out of combat. And that'll bring it to Salen, this medium-sized individual with black skin, glowing red eyes, wearing just spined, jagged plate armor, standing directly in front of you.
What do I
Yes.
do?
So, can I move the moonbeam on him?
Sure, if you guys want to see what this guy looks like.
I
Yeah.
super do. Yeah. That would be
Posted it in
Incredibly
the Zoom chat.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you move Moonbeam onto him.
Yeah.
Go for
How
it.
far away is he from?
Oh.
my-
Oh, 5 feet. He used full movement to get up to you guys.
Okay.
So he's in front of he's in front of Salen, Mortis, and Sephron.
Yeah, I will.
And
put-
actually no, Sephron, no, he is up against. So he'd be he's closest to Mortis. Salen and Sephron, you guys are about 30 feet away from him, and Kronder is 20. Kronder's 30 feet away from him too.
Okay,
Mhm.
so yeah, I'm gonna move the moonbeam onto him.
Go for it. So, Con
And-
save.
Yeah,
That is a 13. Not great.
that fails.
Okay.
Ooh, that is gonna be 11 points
11.
of radiant damage.
11 points of radiant damage. As this hits him, he's like, "Ugh," he grits his teeth. You all see one of these iron trees.
Mm.
A fresh name gets scratched into it as one of these trees sprouts from the ground. And you see Salen's name engraved on this tree, and it says, "Crime, assaulting an officer." And Salen, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw once you see your name on the tree.
Okay. Ooh, that is gonna be, yeah, that's gonna be a 24.
You are not frightened by this individual.
Yes.
And he just, he looks right at you.
All right.
Anything else?
No, because I use my action to move the moonbeam, so I can't really
Okay.
attack or anything.
Boom. Mortis, you are 10 feet tall now, and in front of you is sitting the picture I sent you. This man in jagged plate armor.
Morris is gonna use his bonus action to cast magic weapon.
Yeah, okay.
And then he's gonna close in and take 2 swings.
Go for it. You just rush towards him.
+1 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls.
Mm-hmm.
That is plus 18.
To hit.
Yes.
You hit into the armor, ting, but it doesn't seem to actually affect him. Like it looks like you hit, but it doesn't look like it hurt him in any way. So technically, you were rolled under the AC. So just tink. And he just looks at
Sorry,
you
that
and
was
just
an
goes,
18.
"Yeah, it didn't hit."
Mm-hmm.
Like you hit the guy, and he let you hit him, just tink, and he's just like.
Super love that.
Second attack is 21.
21 just hits. It just hits +1, so his AC is 20.
Yeah.
So you just and you hit him in the chest, and he actually is like, "Oh."
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
5. +4, that's 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay. And that's his response. He just chuckles. Anything else, Mortis?
That is it for now.
All right. I forgot that Lulu's in this combat, but she's not going to fight because she could die. So she's going to fly as close as she can to. Yeah, she's not going to go anywhere near Mortis. She's going to fly kind of up close-ish, and she's going to cast. She's going to get 30 feet away from Mortis and cast Bless on Mortis. So Mortis, you can, whenever you make an attack roll or saving throw, you can roll a d4 and add that to those rolls. And she's going to concentrate on using Bless on Mortis. Yeah. Alrighty. And that'll bring it to Sephirin. 30 feet away, you see this armored individual just right in front of Mortis. And you watch Mortis swing with all of his might and actually connected with the armor the first hit. Didn't seem to phase this individual, and the second hit, doof, did.
Okay. She will pull out the alchemical party popper and you're going to fire Ray of Sickness at it.
All right. Also, I forgot, Mortis, when you actually hit him, doof, another tree sprouts out of the ground with your name on it. Crime, assaulting an officer. I need a wisdom saving throw from you, Mortis. But we'll say this is before Bless, so no D4. Yeah.
Okay. And that is 24 to hit.
Okay, that'll hit. Mortis, so yeah, I need a wisdom save.
That was... Alright, saving throw is... +5. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 succeeds. You're not frightened. All right.
Nice.
Sephirin, your attack hits. What was it again? What was it again? Sorry, your attack.
Oh, it's it was a 24 to hit.
24. And what were you doing again?
Ray of Sickness.
Ray of Sickness. Alrighty. So yeah, hits. Immune to poison damage.
Yep. It's
so just
15 points of poison damage.
Yeah, immune.
Darn.
So he's just like.
That's good to know. And bonus action, Schwartz will do a force strike.
All right, so.
That's a 12.
Just off the armor, and he just looks at Schwartz and goes, "Huh, interesting."
All right. Does she get a iron tree as well?
No,
Ah.
because
Oh.
only if you deal damage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mm.
No. That is her turn.
All right, that'll bring it to Kronder.
Great. Hey, I don't really want to do this or be here anymore. So I think we should leave. And I'm gonna, I'm gonna. Oh fuck. I'm gonna use my full movement to walk back towards the car, and I'm gonna.
Okay. So it is 60 minus 25. Math is so bad. 35 feet away.
And then
Okay.
I'm going to cast Expeditious Retreat on
Nice.
myself,
Okay.
which allows me to move my movement speed again.
Okay, so you move another 25. So it is, the vehicle is now 10 feet away from you.
Yay.
Just Kronder abandons everybody because he just met them. Bye.
Yeah.
He
I
might
mean,
have
yeah.
the better idea.
Anything else, Kronder?
Just like as he's running, he's like, I really think we should not be doing this.
All right, anything else?
Nope.
All right, that'll bring it to him. And he looks right at Mortis's. Oh yeah, from
He's
the.
still in the moonbeam,
So is Mortis.
but it's only like a 5-foot radius.
Correct. All right, so yeah, just him then. That is a 13 again.
Fail. That is. Oh, that's not great. That's going to be 7 points of radiant damage.
All right, and he just says, "Assaulting an officer, not great."
Not great.
I will add you all to Harriman's Hill. And yet the corpses kind of
No.
impaled in trees are still screaming. And he's going to use his Infernal Command. Or no, he's not. He's going to use Terrifying Command on Salen.
Okay.
Salen, I need you to make a Charisma saving throw.
Is that a spell?
No, it is not.
Okay.
It's an ability. He's just like, yeah. So he just looks at you, and his eyes flare. And
Does
I need
that count as being charmed?
Nope.
All right. So yeah, I'm just.
So Charisma
What is
saving
that? Charisma
throw.
saving throw?
Yep.
Oh fuck! That is a fail. That is a 6.
Yeah, so you're frightened for 1 minute.
Okay.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns. But
Okay.
you're currently frightened of him. And then he's going to turn to Mortis and make 3 Hellfire Lance attacks.
Fuck.
Oh.
Wonderful.
Get out
Just-
of there.
So the first one is a 24 to hit
Yep.
for 8 piercing damage plus some fire damage. Plus 16 fire damage. So just stab and then the second lance attack is a 19 to hit.
That is my AC.
So stab. He rakes you across the chest with this Hellfire Lance. And you take 14 piercing damage. And 20 fire damage.
I'm unconscious.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh boy.
And then he's just going to look at all of you and say, an example. And stab into Mortis on the ground.
Oh boy.
For a 22 to hit.
Yep.
So it's an automatic crit and 2 failed death saves. So the crit damage from the piercing from the lance is 27 piercing damage. So the total damage I'll tell you what the total damage is in just a second.
It's an outright kill.
Oh.
Fuck.
Mortis, in total, you take 84 points of damage.
It's an immediate death.
What's your max hit points?
48, 54.
54. That's instant death. So you guys watch as this lance stabs into Mortis's chest, and this individual just twists the lance, and flames erupt around Mortis, and Mortis dies. And
Damn.
and roll something else. Okay. And he looks at Salen, the only other one who damaged him.
I'm just like very vividly picturing Salem going like,
Except she's a moose. You're just being like a big.
I thought you turned into a spider.
Oh, wait, shit. Yes, I did.
Yep.
Well, cool.
Okay, so you guys watch that happen, and that'll bring it to Salen, who is currently frightened.
I'm a big.
So you
frightened
can't
spider.
move willingly closer to him
Yeah.
because you're frightened. Yeah, so everyone else just sees this happen. Just this guy just walk up and just and
Oh,
kill
fuck.
Mortis.
Fuck.
And it looks like he's letting Kronder leave as well as Sephron. Like he has no interest in Sephron or Kronder because they didn't hurt him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Salen is just gonna completely drop the wild shape
Okay.
and just let out this like really just kind of like weird ass like animal scream and just call down lightning on this fucker.
Yeah. All right.
Like
Dex save.
that is a dex save.
Okay. So just
Yeah.
also hitting Mortis's body. Just
Oops.
yeah. Dex save. That is an 18.
Oh, that succeeds. Half as much on a successful one.
Yep. So just.
but not- Let me get
Oh, he's advantage on that. Roll again. It's gonna succeeds anyway.
Yeah, it succeeds anyway. So that is gonna be 14, 15 points of lightning damage.
So 7. He's like just laughing continuously. And you can make another charisma saving throw at the end of your turn.
Ooh,
To end the
what is
frightened.
that?
Yeah.
Oof, that's not very good. That's only a 16.
16 just fails.
Oh, dang.
So you're still frightened of him. So you can't willingly move closer to him. And just to double check the frightened condition, because it's a weird condition. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. Yeah, and you can't move closer to him. All right, cool. Anything? So yeah, you can. What do you want to do?
I'm going to, just for my own kind of information.
Yeah.
What is the hill that I'm standing on made out of?
The same kind of material as the ground. So red dirt and rock.
If I wanted to use a meld into stone spell to...
I'd say it'd work, yeah.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Yeah, I'm just gonna back up. Start backing up.
Okay. How far?
I guess my full human movement, so 30 feet.
Wait, you're no longer a giant spider?
No, I dropped my wild space.
Oh, that's right.
Wild shape to call
All right,
lightning.
so you move all the way back 30 feet from where you were. So the vehicle is 60. No, based on where you were. Math. 30 feet away.
Math is so fake, and so is time.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, the vehicle is 30 feet away. Okay. It would be Mortis's turn, unfortunately, but sorry, buddy.
That feels bad.
That'll bring it to Sephron.
Oh boy.
Someone just like was Mortis one of the ones who died yesterday, technically in the game when he got killed by
no.
it was Sephron and Kelso. That's right.
Yeah.
So Sephron, someone else just died. It's your turn.
Oh boy, So is anyone like trying to drag Mortis away? Or...
Doesn't look like it. Everyone's fleeing.
Okay. Oh boy.
And this guy's standing right over top of the body.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I right. 'Cause I'm thinking she may be not necessarily the same alignment now, but Mortis is also a very useful asset.
Mm-hmm.
And oh boy, but there's nothing she could really do. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know what she's gonna do? She's going to. This is probably really stupid.
Do it.
She is going to use her Infernal Legacy to cast Flame Blade. Going to use her movement to get up to the Death Knight, Arthas Menethil looking motherfucker, and
Okay.
try to stab him in the back.
All right, make an attack roll.
Okay, and that uses my spellcasting modifier, thankfully. Oh, that's a 27 to hit.
Hits. Is it fire damage?
It is fire damage.
Yeah.
So you stab him in the back, and he just turns to you and just laughs. No damage. Immune to fire.
Oh.
God damn it!
And an iron tree sprouts from the ground with your name on it. Crime, assaulting an officer, wisdom saving throw.
Haven't even
Everybody
damaged
gets a
him.
tree.
Oh, that's like no damage. No damage. So no tree.
Oh,
Damn it.
Yeah,
never
so
mind.
he's just gonna be like, nice try.
I guess as like her vocal thing, she's going to shout, "Someone get the dwarf! He might come back!"
No,
Anything else?
I'm not going up there.
Anything else, Sephron?
That's her turn. Oh, why not? Force strike is why
Okay,
not.
so, all right.
You never know.
Does Schwartz have
That
flyby?
says ACAB.
Spots does.
Okay, cool.
17.
17 does not hit. Just kind of hits the armor, and you just hear it like ring throughout the armor. And he just goes, pathetic, pathetic.
Oh, she's just like, I was not meant to be a combat class. Damn it.
All right, next.
That's her turn.
Yeah, Kronder, you are 10 feet away from the tormentor.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get back in our car.
So you clamber in. It's a bonus action to use a soul coin. And
Oh,
well, they're still
running.
yeah, they're still running.
Yeah,
That's
there's
right.
still juice.
Yeah, so it's like you clamber into the helm.
But I'm gonna cast message.
Okay.
I'm gonna point at the demon guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, "Sir, I'm so sorry about all of this. I'm really sorry. Do you think I could maybe get the dwarf's body back for science purposes, please, sir?"
Make a
this message.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. I'm not great at these. It's a natural one.
Oh no.
Just responds
Oh, no.
with I need an example.
Okay.
Anything else?
I'm just gonna wait in the car until people get into the car.
All
or they
right.
die.
All right, that'll bring it back to this man, who's just gonna turn around
I'm so sorry.
at Sephron.
Okay.
You can leave if you'd like. And
As much.
he's going to use his full movement speed. Too far away. No. Full movement speed and just get right up to the giant spider.
Oh, I meant just a regular person.
Oh yeah, you're right up to Salem then.
Regular elf. Yeah.
Hello.
Oh fuck. That's really scary.
And he's going to make 3 attacks on you.
Yep.
The lance just wait. Hold on. How far away did you were 30 were you 30 feet away from him when you moved
Yes.
to the vehicle?
think.
You're 30 feet away from the vehicle. So yep. Okay, never mind. Yeah, he approaches you.
Okay.
And 3 lance attacks just
And they're all gonna miss.
It's my time. It's my time.
28 to hit.
Yep.
Oh, it's your time. It's your
Oh.
13 piercing damage.
Okay.
Bum, 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 bum. 22 fire damage.
Ooh, yeah, I'm down.
It's just.
Yeah, this guy can and will one-shot me at full health.
Yeah.
And he's going to look down at Salen and then back at Mortis. An example has already been made. And he's going to put a hand on Salen and cast and heal her back to full health. But
What?
Whack.
and then he's going to walk back over to Mortis and say, "You all can leave." So Salen, you go back to full hit points. Because he can heal up to 100 hit points to himself or anyone else. And he
Super whack.
and he walks over to Mortis. Unless anyone wants to retaliate. And he walks up to Sephron, picks up Mortis's body, looks right at you, expecting you to retaliate.
She just looks up and goes, "Fuck you, acid splash."
Make an attack roll.
Oh, fuck.
Dexterity saving throw.
That's right. Man, I keep forgetting. So just
Easy to forget.
that is a 2 plus 5, 7.
Ooh.
That's a fail.
So acid splashes all over Mortis's body too. You can see like where the flesh is. It starts to like melt away a little bit.
It is 11 points of acid damage.
Reduced to half.
It's something.
Goes resistant. Yeah, and then a tree pops up.
Oh no!
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Thunder,
And
where's your tree?
I need a wisdom saving throw for Sephron.
Can do. That is just a straight D20 for Sephron.
Yep.
Yikes.
And yet she rolled a 19.
All right, you're not frightened.
Okay.
And then blah blah blah. Da da da. Okay, so that'll happen. Salen was knocked unconscious, so would have gone to Sephron. Anyway, so Kronder. We're back we're back in initiative order.
Fuck. Ah.
You could always hit him with the car.
Nope. So, is Salen conscious?
She is,
Okay,
but on the
great.
ground, like just what the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast message towards Salen.
She's like right in front of the vehicle.
Never mind, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna yell then. Get in the fucking car!
Oh, she's 30 feet away from the vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still gonna yell, get
Okay.
in the fucking car! And then I am gonna hold my action to move said car for when Salen gets into the car.
Okay. It's full speed, 100 feet.
No.
Okay. Cool. That'll bring it to Salen's turn. You are prone 30 feet away from the car.
Yeah, how far away is Mortis from me?
30 feet. As is Sephron and the individual.
So I'm gonna use. Ooh, fuck. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. I mean, I just feel like I should get the alive person out of there. Is what I think I should do.
But what does Salen think she should do?
Salen is going to use the Spring Eladrin racial ability
Mm-hmm.
to face step Mortis's body
Nice.
30 feet away from that guy.
So right next to you.
Yep, and is gonna call lightning again.
So it'll hit Sephron as well.
Oh, can I? Shoot. It's people within. Yeah, I guess it will.
Yeah.
Uh,
Do you have to target a creature with it, or can you target an area?
It is. Boop, 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 boop.
Area, I think.
It's a point. Yeah.
Oh, so you can target it behind him.
Yeah. Each
and not
creature
hit
within
Sephron.
5 feet.
Yeah,
of
so
the
you can
point
you can
must
hit
hit
him.
Yeah.
You can go for. Sephron is behind him, so you can do it in front of him.
Cool. So that is what I am going to do.
All right. So call lightning.
Oh my fucking god.
That's a dex save, correct?
It is.
Okay, so lightning's like, ugh. Oh, that is an 8.
That is a fail.
He's rolling real bad on his saves. Oh, but he has advantage on that because of magic resistance.
Oh, that's cool. Good.
So that's only a 14.
Ooh, a 14 is a fail still.
So he's like, "Argh!"
Wow, I rolled real bad. That is going to be 11 points of lightning damage.
Okay, just like he is not below
And-
half yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna say,
Just about though.
Zephyr, let's go.
Okay, so you got Mortis's body charred and melted and
And I guess I'll
stabbed.
start going 15 feet
Okay,
to the car.
so are you carrying Mortis's body?
I mean, I feel like it's probably dragging, yeah.
Because he's no longer enlarged.
Oh, where's Lulu in all this, by the way?
She was
Don't see
30
that.
feet away. So yeah, it's gonna be her turn next. Keep forgetting. That spell would take an hour to cast. She says she can't do Raise Dead right now. So she's just gonna kind of fly. She's gonna sorry Sephirin, and she's gonna cast Bless on Sephirin, and fly in the direction of Thalen. This is bad. That's horror, man. Not good. And fly towards.
Oh.
It's his hill.
It's his hill.
Oh, well.
And fly towards
Okay.
the party. So she's 30
Boy.
feet. She can fly 120 feet. She flies right back to the vehicle and just kind of
Nice.
goes under Kronder's lap and just.
Hey, little buddy.
This is real bad.
Hey, now.
And that'll bring it to Sephirin.
Well, she got her one shot in.
Yeah.
Can I also saving throw to see if I'm still frightened?
Oh, correct. Yes.
Or did that end when I died?
When you're knocked unconscious, we'll say it ended when you're knocked unconscious.
Weird how him killing me makes me less afraid.
Well, just knocked unconscious. I think the condition ends when you're. Actually, it doesn't say. No, it doesn't say anything about it ending when you're unconscious. So yeah, roll again. Charisma saving throw.
Oh no, that's a 1.
Yep, you're still frightened of him. But yeah, it's your turn, Sephirin. This guy just has turned around to face you.
Oh boy. Because I had a little interesting dialogue plan, but then Mortis got his body teleported, so that's out the window.
Man, schman.
Who needs a plan, right? She's going to. Oh boy. Oh, all her good spells are taken now. She's going to. She's just going to go meep meep, pew, just full dash action towards the car.
So attack of opportunities. He swings his lance. Natural 20. So you turn and run, and he just catches you in the back. And you guys, as you're like watching, you see Sephirin running, and you see the lance burst out of Sephrin's like chest. Just Sephirin, you could still be alive.
Possibly, maybe. It's also got hit a lot with
The Sturges. Yeah.
fuckers.
Okay, so total piercing damage is 28.
She is unconscious.
Okay.
Ooh.
She was already at 16.
So the total damage you're going to be taking with the fire is 70.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a lot.
Is that also an immediate death?
What's Sephrin's max
I
hit
don't
points?
think her max is 45.
So to be an instant death, it has to be you have to be dropped to 0 and then basically be dealt your max HP and damage from the remainder.
Mm-hmm.
So from 45 minus what I say it was
70.
70. So 25 points away from it would have 24 more damage would have been done. It would have been instant death. So you guys just threw Sephrin's front, and Sephirin just drops to the ground in front of this individual. And he looks at your vehicle, sees that you're all there, and just picks up Sephrin's body and walks over to one of the trees, and then just impales it on it.
Oh.
On the tree where Sephrin's tree is, just.
Yeah.
And Sephirin, you take 2 points of piercing damage and 1 failed death save.
Right.
And and then he smiles at you all, and says, "Well, at least I got one example." You can hear him, and he is going to attempt to stabilize Sephirin.
That's so
Oh,
fucked
yeah,
up.
of course.
So fucked up.
And stabilizes Sephirin. Sephirin is unconscious currently, impaled on this spike, and then he's going to look at all of you. It'll be Kronder's turn next. You got Mortis's body right there. You got Salin moving towards the vehicle, and he looks like he's about to leave the individual in the armor.
Alright, I'll just chill. I'll chill.
Okay, so you just chill, and he uses those reins again. The nightmare reappears. He gets on it and flies away. And you guys have Mortis's body right there. And Lulu is like, should I try to bring him back? It'll take an hour. We have to do it right now. Does anyone know the Revivify spell?
No. Nope, I do not.
Healing magics aren't really my forte.
Yeah, I can't quite do that.
When are we gonna get your tiefling friend off that tree? Because I think that'll bring that guy back.
Yeah.
Well, it's sad. Schwarz is probably like on the branches, just like looking sad.
Oh, it's like that one episode of Futurama.
With
Yeah.
the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jurassic Park.
So Lulu's just kind of like gonna hover over Mortis's body and start attempting to cast Raise Dead.
And that'll take an hour.
Yep.
And
And
then we grab Sephron's body and we book.
and with my homebrew resurrection rules, there is a DC to do so. Because I'm using the critical role resurrection rules. If it's a spell above Revivify. So the DC, as you start to do this ritual, to bring Mortis back to the land of the living, up to two other party members may aid in this ritual to lower the DC. So Lulu's just kind of casting the spell. So if any of the two of you want to contribute,
I don't know him that well. I met him literally like 6 hours ago.
I'm probably just going to pour some of that fine wine we got off of Kelsey's body. He's like, "Come on, bud. I know this isn't your favorite, but like, if you're not done fighting yet, just come on back."
All right.
Try to make a persuasion.
Yeah, give me a persuasion check.
Oh my god, that's bad. That's a 12.
That's a 12.
Yeah.
Okay. So you dump this wine out.
I put it in a little cuppy, maybe.
Okay. Is Kronder doing anything while this ritual's happening?
I'm gonna go through my memories, and remember like a religious ceremony that I once read about.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna like mimic some of the words and try to do a religion check.
Do so with disadvantage.
That's fair.
That's fair.
13.
13. Okay. So this happens, and you attempt to do it, and the hour passes, and the spell starts to land on Mortis. Now I roll a d20, and if I roll above the DC or meet the DC, the spell succeeds. And I will take a picture of the result and post it in the group chat so you guys know I'm not lying. Left dice is the DC with the checks made.
Okay.
The right die is the result.
Oh, goodness. I'm so stressed out.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't fucking know you people. I'm not that stressed.
Salem's very stressed. Oh.
Left dice was the DC, right dice is what I rolled.
Oh fuck.
Oof.
So the spell happens, and nothing happens. The ritual completes, and Mortis is still laying there, gaping wounds in his chest. And
like be taking notes and be like, is that supposed? Is this what it's supposed to look like?
no.
Damn.
And she kind of like Lulu kind of nudges Mortis with her like little elephant head, and is just still staring up at the red swirling sky. And you guys look over towards the river Styx, and you can see the wound on Mortis is like pulling something out. Like it looks like his soul's being pulled out of his body.
Oof.
And it's kind of drifting towards the river Styx, and the soul goes into the river Styx. And as it goes into the river Styx, it starts to bubble and blah, 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 blah. And crawling out of the river Styx, where Mortis's soul went, looks like a weird, fiendish creature. You've seen them before, kind of roaming around. They look like blob-like humans. And you watch as this molten mass of flesh with a vaguely humanoid head that kind of resembles Mortis, with an expression of anguish twists across its face, its feeble mouth babbling, although it can't speak. And you watch as Mortis' soul has been turned into a lemure.
We should kill that, right?
And
I was gonna ask. Yeah.
and as it crawls up out of the river Styx, that's where we're gonna end the session for the week.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
You had to take that one guy down. Good job.
Yes. Yes.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
You
Hold
had
a
to
Death
fucking
Knight?
fireball Lulu.
Oh man.
Flaming
It made sense
spear.
at the time.
Flaming spear.
Saffron really went, you know what? Fuck Lulu.
Well, she was technically now still is lawful evil. She's just impaled on an iron tree.
Lawful evil. That's just a cop.
So that was something.
Yeah. Now we only got one original character left.
Survivors Guild.
Yeah, she's gonna hate that.
Hates it so
It might
much.
not be the end of Mortis. There's ways to deal with what just happened to him. So, but in that case, if things don't go so well for Mortis, more than they already have, Alex, you should message me. Just get a backup character in mind. But again, don't make it a concrete thing, because there still may be a chance for Mortis. It is hell after all. Maybe one of your friends will make an infernal contract. But yeah, so this Lemure rises up from the depths of the river Styx, looking like Mortis's twisted soul. I'm excited. So yeah, we'll be back next Sunday for the continuation of Descent into Avernus. I think I'm going to call this episode Twisted Metal, because why not? Puns are fun.
That's good.
And man, that encounter with Raga Draga was supposed to be like a huge chase through Avernus, and it was just immediately just. But yeah, we'll be back next Sunday for Soldiers of the Lich Queen. I hope.
I have a smear campaign to start.
Nice, do it. And then 10:30 p.m. next week for the continuation of Descent into Avernus. This Wednesday, we're doing Tomb of Horrors as a one-shot. And then 10:30 p.m. on Wednesday, the continuation of our pirate campaign. Finally, we're back to it. And then Thursday, our continuation of Shadows over Ravenloft, our Ravenloft campaign. So